Yeah, today's dish. Yeah, look at all those eggs I got. Am I going to cook them all today? No. What I am going to do is make some hard-boiled eggs. So, this is how I do my eggs, guys. Just like that. We're just going to fill up the pan. Now, I've got a couple ideas for these eggs. One of them is for prepping, so I have a few, hard-boiled eggs to eat if I get hungry. I'm starting to feel like eating too much meat, so I want to change that a little bit. So I got a dozen eggs in there, guys, and I am going to let this boil, and when I get a good rolling boil, I'm going to turn the heat off, cover that pan, and let them sit without the burner on. Let them sit for about 10 minutes, and that'll give me hard-boiled eggs. But we got to give it a few minutes to give a good rolling boil. Yeah, we want a nice, good boil. And of course, right now it's cold water. I start with cold water. Some people say start with warm or hot water. I don't. I put my eggs in cold. I heat it up, and then I get it to a boil. I'll turn it off, let it sit in that hot water for about 10 minutes. Cover the pan. I don't have a lid for this pan, so I just put a paper plate on it. Yeah, I don't have a lid for my pans, so I just do one of these numbers. Once it's done cooking, once I turn the burner off, I will do that and let it sit for 10 minutes. Easy peasy, guys. What I am going to be having, I'm going to have this, I'm going to make enough for today, and then I'm going to put the rest of the hard-boiled eggs away. And I'm going to be making my own mayo. I do have this chosen, and after looking it over and looking at the ingredients, yeah, I could go ahead and have that if I was doing dirty keto, but I'm really trying to keep my my carnivore body, my eating carnivore for right now, until I get a little bit healthier. Then I'll be able to eat this. I have no problem eating this once I switch from carnivore to ketovore. So I'm going to make my own mayo. Yes, and my mayo starts with a cup of soft butter. Now you can use tallow, you can use bacon fat, you can use a lot of different things that's clean fat. Ghee, I say ghee, but I mean ghee. You can use ghee, but I'm going to use butter. And I'm going to leave this out while I'm cooking my eggs and let it soften. I might even finish it up in the microwave. Now, this is going to be a test. Yeah, see this jar? I'm going to put my softened, semi-melted butter in this with 2 eggs, and then I'm going to shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it, because I don't have anything to whip it with. Yeah, grandma's poor, can't afford those kind of luxuries. And so since I stopped baking, I really have no use for anything now that I'm making my own food. So this is the poor man's way of, we're going to shake her up, and we're going to try anyways and see if that works. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to let you go while my eggs are cooling. I say cooling. After they're cooked and the lid comes off, we're going to put those hard-boiled eggs in a bath of ice water, cool them down, and peel them. So I will be back, guys. To you, it'll seem like a second. For me, it's going to seem like maybe an hour. Catch you then. Homemade mayo. Just got to keep shaking it. Keep shaking it. Shake, 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 shake. Beat it up, beat it up. Get it all whipped up, guys. Hello, guys. I'm back. Well, I wanted you to see the difference. Now, I went ahead and I boiled 12 eggs, 1 dozen eggs. 1 dozen eggs, guys. I put 6 in a cold water bath with ice. And then I did 6, just rinsing them in cold water and then started peeling them. Well, can you guess which is which? These, I did not wait. I just went ahead, I poured the hot water out of the pan, and I rinsed them with cold water as I was trying to peel them. These went into an icy cold water bath for about 5-10 minutes. Do you guys see the difference? I know I can. Well, there you have it, guys. There's that. Now I'm going to switch the camera around. There. Now you see these and you see these. These I'm going to put up. I'm going to make something else out of those. So I'm putting those up, guys. Got them in a nice bag. I'll put them in the fridge and I'll eat off these the next couple of days. So I'm going to put those off to the side. Now, this is my carnivore recipe for doing egg salad. You know, usually a lot of people do their eggs. They chop them all up like this. Get them all chopped up. You know, I use a fork. A lot of people use other things. I don't do all the fancy stuff. You might have all the fancy stuff, and that's good for you. Yeah, I'm happy for you if you got all the stuff. But Grandma does it the old-fashioned way from my generation, and that is we use a fork and we just munch them all up. So I'm going to do this with 6 eggs. Six eggs in there, guys. Just get it all mushed and mangled and chopped up with a fork. Right? Get all those little fine pieces. And here's the thing. This is going to be the shocker right here. You know, normally when I was not on carnivore, I would have put onions in there. I would have put a little bit of relish in there and all kinds of things. But I'm on carnivore. So being on carnivore, I have to use things that are a source that carnivores, those that eat carnivore, can eat. I am on an elimination diet, so I don't eat any carbs. I'm trying to get healthy and get back into weight. So instead of doing onions, you see what I did? I cooked myself up some bacon, and I'm going to put these bacon pieces in here. I cut them all up, diced them all up. You know? And it's yummy. Yum, yum. Bacon. Just cooked regularly, guys. However you cook them, whether you throw them in the oven, microwave. I pan fry my bacon. I don't do it any other way. So I'm going to mix all that up. Now, the next thing. I don't put in onions, but I do put in some chopped onions. But I don't put a lot in because I don't want a lot in there. I'm trying to keep it as close to carnivore as possible with 0 carbs. And I'm going to put in some red mint salt. Just like that, guys. Just sprinkle that in. Now, this is where things changed. If you're on the keto diet, completely keto or the Carnivore, you can use chosen mayo, classic mayo, and I would recommend it. It's very clean. You know, it's got 0 carbs in it. The only reason why I'm not going to use this today is because I want to really stay carnivore. And one of the things that's in here is vinegar. And sometimes vinegar gives me a reaction. And so until that changes, I'm going to be a very strict carnivore. And what I did was let me grab a spoon here. I threw in an egg with some soft butter. And I put it in this jar. And that's my mayo. I didn't whip it because I don't have a whipper. But I shook it up and then I put it in the fridge. Now I can go ahead and put that in the microwave, soften it up a little bit, but I won't. I'm just going to use that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put in just a little pinch of sour cream. Yes, sour cream is carnivore too. Now, I try not to do a lot of carbs. I would say that was about a tablespoon or less. And if I look on here, I could have 2 tablespoons, and it's got 2 grams of carbs. So I'm going to assume in this whole thing that maybe I might even put in a little bit more. But I am going to stir this all up. But if you mix that sour cream in with this, it turns it into a little creamier. I know you're all like, oh my God, that's gross. Well, actually not. It is very tasty. And it's more carnivore than, well, chosen is carnivore too. It's just that it has the vinegar in it. And right now, I don't want to chance having something vinegary making me swell. I get a reaction out of things like pickles and all that type of stuff. So for today, I'm not going to chance it. So there you have it, guys. We got ourselves a nice little egg salad with bacon. We used homemade mayo that is totally carnivore, and just a pinch of sour cream, which is also carnivore. So I'm gonna throw a little bit more salt because I like my salt on this, and I'm gonna give it a taste. Now, in reality, I made this to go with pork rinds, and that's what I'm going to have for dinner. Pork rinds and this egg salad. First taste. It's so good, guys. So even if you don't have one of those whippers or a mixer, you can put your egg in your very soft butter, very soft bacon grease, or very soft tallow, and throw it all in a jar, and then just shake until it really thickens up like a pudding. And then you put it in the fridge. And then you take it, and if you want to make it a little bit creamier, you can add a little bit of sour cream. Very little. Don't overdo it because it does have it's got a carb in every tablespoon. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for checking out my dinner, and I will catch you another day, another meal. Bye-bye. Yeah, guys, what do you think of this? Yum, yum. This dish I'm going to thank for the idea to Mason. She comes to my live almost every night. She's a very strong supporter of my channel. So thank you, Mason, for a great idea. I changed it up a little bit, but this is for you, Mason. Yum, yum. Mmm. Yum, yum. Mmm. Mmm. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.